So, we are going to be taking a look at MK11, Mortal Kombat 11. Oh, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate? They did say that right? Ultimate. So it's got to be like the Ultimate Edition, I assume so. So this is going to be Kombat Pack 2. So Ed Boon tweeted out showing off a Tarkatan, like this son of a bitch on Twitter, and then captioning the video saying they are coming. So he's got a special announcement around 9 a.m. in the morning. So I pretty much saw it. I know what it's going to be like. I'm going to be taking a look at it again with y'all in mind right here. So this is going to be Kombat Pack 2. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is pretty much the next not quote unquote expansion, but it's another character pack for Mortal Kombat 11 after Kombat Pack 1 and after the expansion. So this is going to be very short since it's a minute and 43 freaking seconds. God damn it. MK11, it's a fickle thing that I wanted to tackle with, especially with today, considering that Mortal Kombat 11 is still alive and kicking, which is surprising to me. Well, then again, not surprising because after Kombat Pack 1, surely they're going to do Kombat Pack 2, which is the most case for most of the NetherRealm games ever since MKX. They've always done like DLC after their base game, so that's to be expected. So MK11, it's kind of a fickle mistress to me. It's a game that's still out in the market, obviously, and it still gets a lot of people. There you go. It still gets a lot of people's support. There's still people playing the game. It is considered fun, but after like the story, after MK11's story, after trying out the characters, after labbing the characters, MK11 just doesn't jive with me too well now. Like, I don't know if I'm wrong. There could be others that say MK11 is right, but it just doesn't excite me as much. Like MK11 is always the very Street Fighter-esque type of thing, but it's more than Street Fighter, where Street Fighter it heavily focused on footsie game. More so in SF5, but SF4, even though all things considered, even all the other previous SF games, they're always the grounded footsie based fighter, and MK11 takes that up a notch. And the MK series, like with MK9, MKX, MK11, takes that up a notch. That's more than Street Fighter. But with MK11, they just dialed back to old SF. They just dialed back to old SF, which is it's okay, because now a lot of our fighting game people that get into fighting games are more used to these types of games. They're not used to like the fast-paced, heavy ass system that is other fighting games, like versus games, especially versus games like Marvel 2 or Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers is a very fast game because it's made by old Capcom devs that wanted to work on the game. All that, like MK11 is very more footsie based and more tick throw based. There's not a lot of combos there. MK11 is very much so a defensive MK game. It's not very fast and more offensive, in your grill, up your face type of MK like MKX. Because Mortal Kombat X was just you know, 50-50s all over the place. And a lot of characters can do shit that normally wouldn't be so in MKX, but players discovered like you can do all this sorts of crazy, insane bullshit with every character in the game. Like you can do like, what was it, 50% combos in like 2-3 bar, in like 1 to 2 bars, and that's amazing, especially on the corner. But with MK11, they neutered it down. It became very annoying, especially with MK11, because you're trying to get into a combo against somebody. You're trying to get a combo on somebody, and the one thing they do which pisses, you know, people off is breakaway. And I hate breakaway system. I hate the breakaway system in MK11 because you're just mashing on L2. Like it's the most prettiest and most visualistic MK out of all the MKs, because what's MK all because at the end of the day, what's MK always known for? Super hyper realistic persons and like very grotesque like gore. They always, you know, strive to do that. And lo and behold, when MK11 came around, characters look fucking good, females good, characters animating looking good, voices are good. Oh my god, everything about MK11 from a visual perspective is very pleasing. Like, and they just like hit it out of the fucking park with MK11 with things how they look, you know. But as far as gameplay concerned, you know, I didn't really like it to a degree. Like, you know, of course I like Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is always, you know, my boy. But Shao Kahn is my boy. Kotal Kahn is my boy. But they heavily neutered Kotal Kahn in MK11. Because anybody remember MKX? Anybody remember MKX Kotal Kahn? Anybody remember Kotal Kahn MKX? Kotal Kahn MKX can just do like forward 2. You remember his like forward 2 palm thrust, this thing? He could do like 3-4 of those things and then do the ground slam for EX to like juggle his ass, and then do it again to bring him back in corner positioning. That shit was so freaking cool. He had like 3 variations: War God, Sun God, and Blood God. And Sun God and Blood God and War God were very good. Were very good because, you know, Kotal Kahn has access to all this shit. Access to like crazy combos. He did have an MKX, but were taken away from him in MK11. Like, you can still do crazy shit with Kotal Kahn in MK11, but it's not the same as in MKX, where you could just like rip apart a character and just, you know, do all this stuff. Like, that's what I don't like about MK11. Like, you know, MK11's combat system heavily favors those who utilize the system very, very well. One known being is fucking Garrus. Garrus just does all this crazy shit for free. He's a grab happy character in a game that heavily favors tick throws. So I'm like, oh my god, man. I don't want to be down doing, like, you know, the same thing again and again and again, you know, tick throw, like, because it works, you know, 90% of the time. Throws in MK11 are very fucking abusable in this game. But anyway, I'll save the later half of my thoughts, but we're gonna be looking at MK11. We're gonna be looking at MK11's character pack update. So you see a Tarkatan running. Turn the sound down a little bit. It's fucking Rain. Rain's got like, you know, claws. Here's Molina. Molina's fucking back, chat room. Molina is freaking back. Holy shit. And a lot of people were bitching about MK. We're bitching about, you know, Molina being back in MK11, and lo and behold, they got her. It took enough complaining and took enough convincing for them to say that, like, maybe people like this character back. Alright, let me put them in. Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Who are you?
And what the fuck is this? Sylvester frickin' Stallone. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm your worst nightmare. And Rambo's coming in as like the Starfront character of Kombat Pack 2, Ultimate Edition. It's just Ultimate, Kombat Pack 1 and 2, and Aftermath Expansion. And what the fuck is this? Free upgrades to PS5. So this is the second fighting game for PlayStation, for Sony. And the first one being Guilty Gear Strive. Visual enhancements. 4K dynamic resolution. Significantly reduced load times, crossplay and cross-gen. Upgrades available for current MK11 owners and new buyers on PS4 starting November 17th. So that's 1 week after the launch of the PS5. I'll say goddamn, man. I'll say goddamn. They're still not done. They're still not freaking done. They're still not done with this game, which is surprising to me. Which is fucking surprising. But back on to but I don't know. I don't know if like this new batch of characters is really good. Like, they look pretty. You know, they look fucking good. Rain looks dope. Molina looks dope. Rambo looks dope. How the fuck did they get Rambo? How the fuck did they get Sylvester Stallone? Of all people. Like fucking celebrity combat, man. It's crazy. But the characters look cool, right? The characters look cool. It's MK11, for God's sake. It's MK freaking 11. They, like I said, they know how to do visuals to like a T. They know how to make characters look good. But am I going to expect myself to like the characters when they come out? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's up in the air because, you know, characters in MK11 are not really... Characters in MK11 are not really... They're that impressive in my eyes. Because why? Like, the first character that I wanted to jive with was Spawn, as an example. Spawn is a hella sick character, even though I don't know what the fuck Spawn is. But Spawn is a cool looking dude. He's a fucking Batman Gorefest edgelord, right? He's fucking edgier Batman. But they neuter his gameplay to like an absolute T. Like, to get all like the insane damaging shit, you have to like spend 1 bar of your defense and 1 bar of your offense to get all the shit that you need to do, and that's for the rest of the match. I'm pretty sure you guys know what move I'm talking about. But even with like flight combos, like I want to do like flight combos with Spawn, it does not work. It does not work. Like, you know, he's so cool, but he plays so lame. Well, not lamer than RoboCop, that's for damn sure. I had like high expectations of RoboCop. But what did they show off in the combat cast? Fucking zoning, grenades, high-low gunshot. It was... I don't know if I like RoboCop now. I don't know if I like MKX character gameplays now. It's like I said, MK11 only favors, you know, some characters' gameplay more than others. Sindel is awesome. Joker is awesome. Sindel works well. Joker works well. Garrus works well. You know, Aaron Black is still OD. it's just like I see who MK11 MK11 favoritizes in this game, which is kind of sad, you know? Like, you know, some of the cooler characters, like like Shao Kahn and Kotal Kahn get neutered. Who else was there? Who else was there that I jo- Who else was there that I jive with a lot in MK? Oh, of course, you know, I like Sub Zero, but Sub Zero's just like basic bitch. You know, anybody can be good with Sub Zero because he's like Sub Zero. Pick up a character, he's the classic Shoto, right? And it's fun playing a Shoto because like you get used to like the fighting game. But man, you know, I don't really I don't really like MK11's core gameplay too much. You know, I can't do like insane juggles that I would like to do in MKX. I can't do repetitive loops if I want to, you know? I can't do like insane shit with Spawn that I can't do with Predator. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Like I like MKX. Again, it's a very again for like the 14th time, it's a very pretty visual game, but do I like the game? Do I like the gameplay of MK11? No. No, I don't. And of course, there are a lot of other things with MK11, like the crypt challenges. The crypt is a very bothersome thing. Like I don't like grinding for gameplay like brutalities and stuff. I wish they were like free right off the bat, but they aren't. I wish I could get these cool costumes for free. You can pay for them, but that'd be more similar to fucking gotchas at that point. And of course, I do play gotchas, but I will not I will not pay to like look cool. I want to earn to look cool. Shit like that. Yeah, it's just like I always come on again, off again with MK11, hoping for a character that I can jive with, but apparently there's not. Apparently there isn't, you know? And that's a shame, really, because, you know, MK11, I was like starting to get into like the MK verse, like learning how to effectively play MK. Like, I brought a Sub Zero online and I whooped ass in casual match until like Noob Saibot and some others. Um, but you know, MK11 doesn't really entice me. Like, I'd rather play MKX than MK11. Like, even with all the cool characters that will be coming out for Kombat Pack 2, like Molina and Rain and Rambo, but I fear for the worst of those cool characters because they'll ultimately end up either some moves working really well for this character, or you know this character's not going to be utilized well, or this character's going to be really well if you have this variation, if you have these types of moves that are specifically catered to things like zoning or shit like that, because that's what you know dominates MK11. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm hoping that MK11, you know, comes back. MK11 comes back to me, like revitalizes me in some way, shape, or fashion. But if it doesn't, then I'll just like stick to MKX because MKX has some pretty cool shit. Like I said, you know, you don't have characters that are like obviously fucking neutered. You have characters that can do like insane shit, like Alien, just like you know doing high amounts of damage. Predator can do high amounts of damage. Jason is just fucking busted. A lot of characters can do, you know, game breaking stuff game breaking stuff. But with MK11, characters have to follow the game's, you know, rhetoric. Have to follow the game's rhetoric. Have to follow the game's commandments, and that's you know kind of bad in my opinion because as a fighting game player, you don't want to like be stuck with the game's core principles. You want to break the game principles. You want to break the game system, not principles. What the fuck am I saying? You want to like be able to break the game and do all this crazy shit, but apparently you don't, which is really sad. Which is really sad. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm like offending anybody, but who love MK11 and who love constantly to play MK11 online, but that's just my opinion. I'm allowed to say my opinion, chat. I'm allowed to say my opinion. Yeah. God. MK11 is still a fun game. But am I hoping for something crazy to be in MK11? Nah. Like 100% of the roster, excluding the DLC characters, heavily follow the game's rhetoric and commandments. If you want to play fun in MK11, then I suggest playing or paying for the DLC if you want to win slash have fun, because the characters can do like 50-50s like crazy. Shang Tsung can do 50-50s. Um, Terminator can do 50-50s. Sindel can. Um, Spawn can, even though I don't like how Spawn's combo game really is. I was hoping for more game breaking stuff. But if you want to like play MK11 with fun, then I suggest you can pay for the DLC. Oh, right, close the likes. Anyway, I guess that's it. Like, those are my thoughts on MK11. If you guys have anything more to say, feel free to shoot me up in anywhere. I love to hear like other people's like inputs on MK11. Because as of right now, it doesn't really jive well with me. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just like gonna play MKX if I want to have more ball busting fun.